Hello. Hi there. Welcome to I Alone Fly Tarot. I'm going to do a tarot card reading for Virgo energy. And for this round of 12 zodiac sign readings, I'm using the Chakra Wisdom Oracle card. And the card that came out is Victim. And the reason that came out is because of rejection. You know, we've all been rejected in life. And my apologies if any of you have been, treated atrociously in your life. But we can either reconcile ourselves with the past that, we can't change it, but we can give ourselves all the things that we wish other people would have given us in life to learn the lesson we were meant to learn from it. Or we can let negative energy, kind of represented by the dragon there, steal from us the resources that we could gain. Well, there's so many different ways you could look at the cards, but you could believe that you can fly like you're a magical dragon, and greedy, selfish people try to take your resources from you. Maybe we'll stick with that one instead. But also, as you're trying to squirrel away your resources, other people try to steal from you. People try to steal your time, your energy, your effort, your love. Why? I don't know. Maybe because they reject love. They don't listen to their intuition, and they haven't learned how to love and believe in themselves and treat themselves in a kind, loving manner. So they get in relationships with people and they want to take, 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 take. It's like indulging themselves in a relationship. You give, 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 and I'll take, 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 take. And because I haven't learned how to love myself, I don't really know how to give to other people freely. I kind of create the illusion that I'm giving and loving and just and fair and loyal and committed. But I'm really in my shadow nature of immaturity, codependency, fear, insecurity, emotional defensiveness, pride, and ego. And some people don't even realize that there may be takers in the world and indulgent. So, and sometimes the people who are kind of selfish and greedy or materialistic or want to be indulged, if you're not indulging them enough, which you shouldn't be indulging them anyway, but if you're not indulging them enough to keep their fears and insecurities at bay, they have a big victim mentality. People have rejected them before and they don't deal with it. And so it's to look for the next high, the next person. And so people have a victim mentality, will reject other people who are trying to get them, who are loving them and encouraging them to move forward in their life, because they don't want to do the work. They just want things to be given to them. And if you wanted them to do the work, they'll reject you and they'll go play victim with someone else. So many different ways things can be interpreted. So let's get out a tarot story with this. For this round of zodiac sign readings, I'm using the Tarot of the 78 Doors. So we'll get a few of these out to see how different people are using their Virgo energy. Some people are in high vibe. They have went within to gain insight and wisdom about people who didn't make the free will choice to be open and honest and loving and just and fair. People who maybe like to play victim, who reject people and then claim that other people rejected them. Because basically, sometimes people who are in shadowy energy, they'll use all these tactics to make you feel rejected so that you'll put the focus on them. They are supposed to be the center of attention. You are supposed to give, 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 give. And if you're not doing that, they will reject you. And if you gained insight and wisdom that this person is all about themselves, and I don't want to be in a relationship with them anymore, and you moved on, oh, well, then they play victim, that you rejected them, and they blah, blah, blah. But they really actually push away people. If you are loving and giving and supportive and encouraging in a relationship, why would someone reject that? Because they reject that within themselves. They don't align with that aspect within themselves. They align with their more emotionally defensive, self-protective. If they were to move forward with you, they could get hurt. they'd be vulnerable. They'd have to be loving and open and honest. And what if it didn't work out? They don't have a strong emotional foundation within themselves to believe that they can weather storms. So they just reject you, play victim, and then go off to go take their illusionary way of being to someone else and try to manipulate someone else. We have the Queen of Swords, the Page of Cups, and the Nine of Pentacles. The Seven of Wands and the Justice card. And the reason for the reading is the Devil. The Devil and people in shadowy energy play victim. Poor, poor, pitiful me. Just like the rest of us, they might have been hurt and rejected before. But instead of putting in the work and effort in the Queen of Swords to see life from a higher perspective, to have hope and faith and belief that they can heal, to see the truth about negative energy, negative people, selfish people, hurtful, abusive people, self-centered people. The people who didn't give up on their dreams, because the Queen of Swords is Aquarius energy, also represented by the Star card of believing in your dreams. You had hope and faith and belief, and you didn't abandon your dreams just because you dealt with people who were unhealthy, unloving, prideful, egotistical, selfish, greedy, whatever. You connected in with your inner child nature of hope and faith and belief and love. You, the Queen of Swords, the Queens in Tarot can talk about our emotional state, so it doesn't matter if you're male or female. You knew how to offer love to yourself when you felt betrayed so that you could keep moving forward. And in the Nine of Pentacles, which is Virgo energy, you kind of took your emotional nature, your inner child nature, and how you take action in the world, all three aspects of yourself, your worldly nature, your emotional nature, and your hopeful, believing nature, move forward to go through a new door in life. Because you went within to gain insight and understanding about the past and to see the truth and not be an illusion about people. When people are in a relationship with you, they have free will to be open, honest, just, fair, loyal, committed, loving, or they take a risk not to be that way, to be manipulative, selfish, greedy, defensive. And that's their free will choice. They didn't choose love. You've seen the truth that some people maybe like to play victim, like to take, like to steal from people. If they see you believe in yourself and have hope and faith and belief in your dreams and they don't, sometimes they try to make you feel betrayed and rejected so that you'll be in the same boat they are. And you're like, no, I'm not doing that. You gave up on your dreams. I didn't. I still believe in myself. I have hope, faith, and belief. I know how to love and nurture myself and give myself kindness and encouragement and compassion and forgiveness every day so that I can weather the storms of life and get to a place of independence and being free from negative energy, negative emotions, negative thoughts, a critical, harsh inner voice, victim mentality, self-pity. I nurture myself after I've been betrayed to know my worth and value, that I deserve better than that. I was dealing with people who didn't choose to be loving. That's all I need to know. I choose love. I choose to see the truth and not live in illusion or denial or fantasy land. And I become independent of people in my life who are selfish or greedy or toxic or controlling or prideful or egotistical or who reject love. And I stand up for myself in my Leo energy of Seven of Wands. I am willing to climb that mountain to get to the other side no matter what it takes. I'm not going to let negative people, negative thoughts, negative emotions, the world stop me from getting the justice I deserve. If it's just within yourself, our worldly nature of pride, ego, fear, insecurity, immaturity, indulgence, addiction would love to run our life. For us not to claim the justice we deserve in life. It's our divine inheritance to love ourselves and believe in ourselves, to be independent of the world, to be independent of our more base nature, our ego nature, our immature, indulgent, addictive, selfish, greedy nature. But we have to align with our divine nature, which is our hidden realm, the things people can't see, our emotional, intuitive, creative nature. When we align with that, that's when we can create miracles and get the justice we deserve, being balanced. I do have a worldly nature. I do have pride and ego. I do have a competitive nature. I can be selfish and greedy and self-centered. But do I want to live my life that way? Because I won't be proud of myself. I'll be jealous and envious and petty and revengeful. Do I want to live my life that way in negative energy? Or do I want to offset my worldly nature with love and hope and faith and belief and be more balanced within myself, conduct my life in a way that I'm proud of, offset my own fearful, insecure nature with love and hope and faith and belief so that I don't get tipped out of balance into lower vibrational energies of self-pity, jealousy, envy, greed, revenge, and all that shit. Because that's not a fertile foundation to try to grow your life upon. Love is the foundation. Ever since we've been small children, being in environments that are loving, encouraging, supportive, compassionate, forgiving, that's where we thrive and grow and bloom. And it starts within our own mind. We can be in shadowy Queen of Swords. We can listen to that inner critical voice that wants to belittle us and diminish us. Our shadowy nature of pride and ego would love for us to keep emotionally investing in that. And there's people in our life who would like for us to keep offering love to them with them being that way. Being critical, being harsh, maybe being self-centered, wanting you to make it all about them. Because of your fear or insecurity, you keep investing in them. Because of your lust or greed or whatever, you keep investing in them. Because then you won't become independent of them, and you won't become independent of your mind and your greed and your fear and your more immature, indulgent nature. Your pride and ego would love for you to do that, to stay attached with them. And there's people in your life that would love you to stay attached to them, because then they can manipulate and control you and for their own selfish, greedy, prideful, indulgent reasons. And you're like, no, I'm independent of you. I know my worth and value. I'm not going to align with my more fearful, indulgent, selfish nature. And I'm not going to align with other people who want to try to tempt me to not believe in myself so that I'll keep investing in them. I'm going to emotionally invest in my dreams, in seeing life from a higher perspective so that I can move forward. I'm going to stand up for myself. I'm going to take bold, confident action, listening to my intuition to guide me. And that's when you bring justice to the situation. The other people wanted you to not go within. Virgo energy is about going within to gain insight and wisdom. They were hoping because of your passion for them or your fear and insecurity that maybe they turned their back on working together with you and they decided to align with their more fearful, defensive, critical nature. They were hoping you would not go within and that you wouldn't go get the justice you deserve and you'd be in codependent toxic energy with them. And you're like, no, I'm getting the justice I deserve. And now maybe the person who tried to play victim is now feeling rejected by you. They tried to claim maybe that you were being hurtful and unkind because they wanted to play victim. And now they feel rejected because you don't feel victimized and rejected anymore. They hurt and betrayed you, but yet they play victim. It's just like when your fear and insecurity and your lust and greed and addictions try to run your life and you don't do it, then they get all on self-pity. It's kind of weird. It's kind of like people in the world represent our reflections of our more loving nature or our more self-pity, addictive, prideful, egotistical nature. Which people in the world are we going to align with? Maybe this whole world is a matrix and a simulation. Who are you going to align with in the world? The people who basically represent your shadow nature? Are you going to keep trying to invest in those people to make them loving? That might be their nature, and that's their own spiritual battle to win within themselves. We can offer respect and kindness to people. When we see them out in the world, we treat them with respect and kindness. We encourage them to believe in themselves and love themselves, but they have to do that work within themselves to free themselves to align with love. That's a free will choice people have to make. Some people in your life aren't willing to become independent of the world. The devil can represent the world. In order for people to move forward in life, they have to win the spiritual battle within themselves to become more independent from their harsh, critical voice, their worldly nature, their selfish, greedy, indulgent, self-pity nature, revengeful nature, wanting to grow life on negative ways of being. They would have to become independent of that. And some people weren't willing to move forward with you because they weren't willing to become independent of their defensive nature, their worldly way of living life, their ego-based way of life. Maybe there's other people in their life that they're still codependent on, and they're not willing to become independent of those people to go live their own authentic life. They have some lessons to learn. It takes work and effort to know your worth and value, to believe in yourself, to be more independent in the world. Some people are afraid of being judged if they go live their life authentically. So they conform to the world. I'll do what the world does. Oh, is this what we should do? Is this who we're kind of belittling and discriminating against today to make ourselves feel better? Okay. Because I haven't done the work and effort. People who know their worth and value don't have to discriminate and try to oppress and control other people. Some people do it because they're in a position of power and they'd have to give up that position of thinking they're the one in power and being controlling and manipulative for some. People would have to stand up for themselves. Maybe they have people in their life who try to control and manipulate them, and they'd have to stand up for themselves. And some people aren't willing to stand up against people in their life who they know might be kind of controlling and manipulative and competitive, and they'd have to stand up to them if they were to move forward with you or to be more independent in their own life, and they're not willing to stand up to those people. And they're not willing to fight and take creative, inspired action to get the justice they deserve. And until they're willing to fight for the things that they deserve in life, they're going to align with their more fearful, self-critical voice, or making their life about looking like a shining star in the world, because then if they have money and materialism and status and image, the world will view them as being successful, and they didn't have to do any work and effort to be viewed as, well, they had to do work and effort in like the 3D world, but they didn't have to do any work and effort within themselves to be more independent, to value themselves, to stand up for themselves. They kind of conform to what the world says is, you wear this, you drive this, you have this amount of money, we'll view you as successful. You don't have to do any inner work. You don't have to grow or mature yourself. You don't have to be bold and brave and confident. Just conform to the world. But the things of the world can be emotionally cold and detached and toxic and unhealthy. You're going to get the justice you deserve because you are willing to do the work. Your dream life, the devil has a dream. Negative energy in the world has a dream. It wants you not to believe in yourself. It doesn't want you to get the justice you deserve, because then they can't indulge in a relationship with you. They can't make you be codependent on them and fearful and insecure, where it's all about them and their wants, their needs, their lusts, their greed, their pride, their ego. Negative people in the world don't like you believing in yourself, because in order to be in a relationship with you, they'd have to do the work that you've done, and they're not willing to do that work, at least not yet. So they play victim. Oh, you rejected them, you moved on. Even though really they turned their back on you in a relationship because you were independent. You know your worth and value. You wouldn't let them just indulge in a relationship with you without putting in work and effort. This isn't your dream relationship. You might have love and passion for people, but, you know, if people aren't moving forward and detaching from old ways of being to be more independent, and they want you to not detach from old ways of being, to stay basically stuck in stagnant energy and do things the way that they've always grown up thinking you're supposed to do things, where they don't ever become independent of the world or their ego or their fear or other people in their life, and they stay codependent on them, and you're supposed to, because of the passion or lust that you have for them, you're supposed to stay in a relationship with them even though they're not independent from other people in their life and aligning with you. It's like, no, you go enjoy yourself with the people you want to align yourself with, or your ego or your fear. I'm moving on. I have a different dream. And I am no longer going to be in inner conflict about this. I am taking creative, inspired action to move forward and be happy in my life and align with love and hope and faith and belief. Okay, tell us some more about this story. Tell us about the people that didn't move forward, who kind of aligned with their own harsh, critical inner voice that has a hold on them. It can be, oh no, things will never work out for you, honey. People are always going to reject you. You're not lovable. I don't think we should put ourselves out there. If we move forward with them, one day they might reject us. So we should just stay over here and be defensive and be prideful and egotistical, and we'll play victim. And then they go align with other people in their life who encourage that within them, because then they can manipulate and control them. Tell us about the Queen of Swords and the Page of Cups, who didn't move forward in life and aren't moving forward in life right now. We either see the truth, that it's about love and believing in ourselves, or we have our own ideas. We think we know better in pride and ego. The truth is, they could emotionally be attached to the past. That is their truth. However, they grew up perceiving life, either in their own mind or the family or friend groups or whatever that they grew up within, that is their truth. And that's what they're going to move forward with. They turn their back on doing life differently. Nope, this is what I love. I love the past. That's my truth. I want to keep redoing the past. Maybe some people love someone in their past. They view that person as like, you're it. You know, I got to be in a relationship with you. But the person they are focused on is someone who plays victim and rejects them, but they're not willing to move on from that person. You know, it could be someone who also is defensive and feels betrayed. And maybe there was someone in their past that was you know, it's kind of this whole thing of everybody looking back to the people behind them, you know. You could be looking back at someone in your past who kind of has a victim mentality, doesn't have hope and faith and belief and love, rejects loving people because of their fear and insecurity. You're looking back at them. Well, the person you could be looking back at is still not over the pain and heartbreak from someone in their past who rejected them. And they could still be trying to get that person and people like that to move forward with them. But the people that they are trying to get to love them are people who could be harsh, who could be critical, who could be self-centered, who are self-protective, you know, again, afraid of being hurt. You know, there comes a point in time where we've got to say, you know what, I love you. We see truth from different perspectives or have a different truth of how we want to move forward in life. Some people want to move forward in a relationship. You're supposed to love and indulge them like a mother would. And they are the truth. Whatever they say is the truth is the truth. Even if it is, I play victim and I reject loving people. You're supposed to love me like a mother would and move forward with me anyway. And, I keep investing in my emotionally defensive nature and kind of all about myself, and I'm supposed to be the center of attention. Remember, you're supposed to love me like a mother would. I haven't ever learned how to love myself, and so I'm like a child in a relationship. I'm still supposed to be the center of attention. Everyone else is supposed to put aside their pride and ego, but not me. No, I've been hurt before. I play victim. Everybody's supposed to love me. You know, it's like, love yourself or find someone else. I do love you, but I'm moving forward. Tell us about what happened to the Nine of Pentacles? Oh, I was right there. Tell us about the people who are becoming independent of people from their past, or independent from their mind or their ego or their victim mentality. Those people in Pisces Knight of Cups energy have offered love to the past so that they can reconcile themselves with the past. You know what? It's kind of like the Virgo Hermit. The Virgo Hermit goes in with the lantern to shed light on things that either they haven't wanted to see before or that other people were hiding. And it's not to go in with a hammer and, going to bust everybody apart and pick them all apart, pick yourself apart. It's to go in with love and compassion. We're human beings who have lessons to learn about love and about believing in ourselves. And we offer love to the past so that we can let the past be what it was. So the past is no longer dictating our future. Why are people that are moving forward able to do that? Because it was causing them some inner conflict. The Six of Wands moves away from the Five of Wands. You took bold, creative action about your inner conflict that you had about the past, to be bold and brave and confident, to not be in your pride and ego about it. people are where they're at. Wouldn't people be open and honest and loving if they could be? I think everybody would. If everybody, you know, grew up in this pure, innocent way where everybody's loving and nurturing and supportive, everybody would still probably be loving and nurturing and supportive. But people have been rejected in life, and some people have chosen to give up on their dreams, to not take that bold creative action, to reconcile themselves with the past, to keep staying in an energy of rejection and poor me and pity me, and then be defensive to people who are loving because they could get hurt. Well, okay, that's where you're at. I accept that you are where you're at. I've made peace with it. I no longer take it personally and in my ego about it. Because I think if you were able to be loving, you would be loving. I accept that for some reason, something has control of you, and it's not love and hope and faith and belief in yourself. I don't know what it is, but I can't stay in that energy. I wish you peace. I'm moving forward in my life. I've overcome my competitive nature, my prideful nature. I can't make people believe in themselves. I can't make people learn lessons in life. It's a spiritual battle people have to overcome within themselves. If you had been trying to work with someone, you had a dream, you were trying to love and encourage someone to know their worth and value, we have to trust that everybody's on their own journey to overcome their own fears and insecurities in life. And there comes a time where it's unhealthy for us to stay in it, and we have to become independent of it. We can still, because some people, it's your parent, your child, your sibling, a friend, a love interest. There comes a point in time where it's like, I can't stay here anymore. It's unhealthy. If you want to stay in this energy, I wish you peace and love, but I'm moving forward. Tell us about the seven of Wands. You're removing any obstacles within yourself that could tempt you to keep indulging other people or indulging yourself to get the justice you deserve. Tell us about the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands comes after the Six of Wands. You have gotten over your pride and ego and your competitive nature about it, and you're moving forward and you're standing up for yourself. Nine of Cups. You choose to be happy within yourself. Not be an illusion. Not to indulge yourself in pride or ego or fear or insecurity. You are filling your cup emotionally so that you can be happy within yourself, because it's worth standing up for being happy, And if other people in your past who you might wish were moving forward with you, but they're in some type of negative energy, you wish them peace. I hope it works out for you. I hope maybe to see you sometime maybe in my future, but I'm standing up for myself and my dreams, because Nine of Cups is also about emotional wish fulfillment. And if other people haven't learned how to stand up for themselves against their own fearful, insecure, ego nature or defensive nature, and other people in their life who might try to manipulate them and play on those ways of being, okay, if you defend indulging yourself in the world, in your fear, in your insecurity, in your pride, in your ego, being immature, whatever, that's your right. I'm standing up for what I believe will make me happy, and you can stand up and defend what you think will make you happy. Everybody's got free will. Tell us about the Justice card. Everybody will reap what they have sown. Justice will be served. There has been an injustice. If someone was being selfish and greedy and trying to restrict you, oppress you, limit you, justice will be served. You will get the justice you deserve because you became independent of them. You became independent of your fear, your insecurity, your pride and ego. Page of Wands, the Leo Strength card, the Virgo Hermit, and the Four of Swords Libra energy about justice. The justice is you didn't give up on your dreams. You nurtured and believed in your inner child dreams. And, you know, the wands can be our hopes, our dreams, our things that we're inspired by. You took action to temper your pride, your ego, your fear, your insecurity, to temper your more beastly nature. And you went within to gain insight and wisdom about the past and other people who might harness these energies in a more shadowy way. They turn their back on going within to gain insight and wisdom about themselves or about the past. They don't want to reflect on the truth. Maybe they don't want to see the truth about people in their life who manipulate and control them. Maybe they don't want to see the truth about how their fear or their ego or their immaturity runs our life. But you've seen the truth and you've healed from that past pain and heartbreak, so you're able to move forward in your life. The other people are going to keep repeating a pattern of life because they haven't learned the lesson they were meant to learn from it yet. They have turned their back on their Virgo nature that would like them to go within to gain insight and wisdom. And when they turn their back on their own Virgo nature of investing the time, energy, and effort to heal from past pain and heartbreak, they reject the people in their life who do that and who would encourage them to do that. It's like, no, I know better in my pride and ego. I don't have to do that. I think I know better. And I think I can kind of keep indulging my more prideful, egotistical, emotionally defensive nature. They think that's how they're going to heal. Maybe by trying to heal things with someone in their past who might have rejected them. But the thing is, they could be getting in a relationship with someone who's kind of immature, and they're trying to be strong about the fact that person's immature, but they still believe that person is like the person they need to have in their life, maybe, in order, like they need to have that person heal things with them. They haven't learned that if they were to go within and gain insight and wisdom about those people who hurt them in the past, that if they haven't changed, they don't need that person to change for them to heal from that past pain and heartbreak and move forward in their life. Some people haven't seen that yet. It's like, no, I need to make that person love me. I need to make that person not reject me. Good luck. Some people in their pride and ego are maybe going to have someone immature, someone who's in toxic Capricorn energy, try communicate with them that they want to heal things with them, and they'll be tempted to align with that person. Maybe the person who's communicating with them that they want to heal things with them is someone who has the things of the world, because that's kind of what the devil represents. Maybe they have a lot of status and image and money and materialism. Maybe they look in Aquarius energy like a shining star, and they want to go invest in that person emotionally. And they're going to try to be strong about it because they don't want to see the truth that maybe the reason they want to keep healing things with someone from their past who rejected them is maybe because that person does have money and materialism, and this person operates from their pride and ego too. They want the status and the image. They want to be in a relationship with that person because it would make them look like they've gotten the justice they deserve. They have the money, the stability, the whatever, It's like, okay, well, the people who didn't move forward, who keep repeating patterns of the past, are going to be in unhealthy relationships because they're not building a foundation based on love They're basing it on fear, insecurity, pride, ego, selfishness, greed. How will this manifest as an unhealthy relationship? It might look like it's moving forward, but shadowy Libra energy, it can be a relationship, needless with the devil, that it might make and look like it makes practical logical sense, but it's emotionally cold, and maybe it makes logical practical sense in the world to move forward in this relationship or this job, but it's unhealthy. It's could be bossy, controlling, I make the rules, you do things my way, or it's just a very worldly focused relationship. It's all about looking like you're king of the world. It isn't anything to do with love. And it could be very toxic and unhealthy on top of it, where people are bossy and controlling and emotionally cold. Lovely. So that's when that Garth Brooks song, thank goodness for like unanswered prayers. You're going to get the justice you deserve. As you're moving forward, you might have people communicate with you because they've seen you move forward in your life and how you've healed from dealing with people in your past who are kind of immature, and other people who've went on that same journey and detached from ways of being and ways of thinking and relationships and foundations that were unhealthy. Those people have healed also, and they're seeing that you've healed, and they might communicate with you that they would like to work together with you in a just, fair manner, because they see that you have also been enlightened to the same truths that they've been enlightened about. And they want to be in relationships with people who are spiritual leaders in the world, people who aren't making decisions out of pride and ego and fear and insecurity, but are making decisions in their life because they're bold and brave and creative, and they're strong and they're authentic and they believe in their dreams. So those are the people you'll align with, and the other people will align with people who hide from healing, who operate from pride and ego. So, let's do a flip of the calendar. April 14th. There's more than one way to get to the goal that you want to get to, but once you compromise your own principles, then you're lost. Anthony Fauci, physician immunologist. Yeah. You know, when we're willing to give up on our dreams because of our image or our status, or because it offers us stability or security, but it's not aligned with our dreams, we could be moving forward and it'll be emotionally cold. Because we couldn't discipline and free ourselves from our fears and insecurities or our pride or our ego. So there you go, Virgo energies of the world. I wish you peace, love, and joy. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.